Get the recording. Ready? So, doing, like it said, 3.6, not 3.9, day 2, dividing polynomials. This time we'll have, it's not going to divide perfectly, and we'll have remainders and whatnot. We'll show you how to deal with them. Really, it's no different than what we did for day 1. It's just, we'll have to tack on something else at the end. So just to relate it to just normal division, 32 divided by 6, we can tell it doesn't go evenly into it. But 6 goes into 32 5 times, because 5 times 6 equals 30. Ooh. Hello? Undo. Equals 30. So that leaves us with, so 32 minus 30 leaves us with a remainder of 2. So we would write that as, in complex form, or it would be 32 plus 2 over 6. We could simplify that to, this is our answer. We don't have to simplify it, but we can simplify it to 30 plus 1/3, or 30.33, whichever you want. It's all the same answer. Same thing here. So we have 48, and then 5 goes into 48 9 times, because 5 times 9 equals 45. 48 minus 45 gives us 3. So our answer is 9 plus 3 over, okay, plus 3 over 5. You don't have to simplify it to any more than that. I'm not going to require it to you. That's all you need to know. And following the same trend, we will have, so 4 times 9 is 28. We'd have 30 minus 28 leaves us with 2 again. So our answer would be 9 plus 2 over 4, which 2 over 4 is 1/2, so we could say 9.5. Does not matter. Whatever version you think is easier for you to recognize or is fine with me. What does remainder show? Remainder shows what's left over. That's about it. It's just, it doesn't divide evenly, so this is how we show that it's what's left over. It's our fractional part, that it's not a whole number when it doesn't divide evenly, or doesn't divide to a whole number. Same thing for when we do in the polynomial. So let's start our long division. We have our dividend we put underneath, so we'll have 6x cubed minus 27x squared minus 51x minus 17. And we have our divisor on the left side, so 6x plus 3. And like we did before, we always look to see, we need to multiply this by something to get this number. And we do that by, so 6x, we get 6x cubed by multiplying 6x by x squared. What we do is we multiply that out, so we'd have 6x cubed plus 3x squared. I realize I did not write cubed, and I wrote squared. Cubed. Then we flip the sign. And then we just add down. So 6x cubed minus 6x cubed, those cancel. So we get 0. Negative 27x squared minus 3x squared gives us minus 30x squared. And then this would be plus 0 plus 0. So they just get dropped down. So we get minus 51x and minus 17. Then we do the process all over again for this number. So what times 6x gives us negative 30x squared? Well, that's minus 5x. So we'd have minus 30x squared. 3 times minus 5x is minus 15x. We flip the sign. Our 30x squareds cancel. 51x, negative 51x plus 15x. So do 41. So 36. And our 17 just gets dropped back down. And just like before, we do the same thing. What times 6x gives us 36x? That would be 6. Let me scroll a little bit. So we get 36x. 6 times 3 is 18. When we flip the sign, oh, I messed that up. So this should be a negative 36x, meaning we need to multiply by a negative 6, which would mean we have a negative 18. So when we flip the signs, these cancel properly, and negative 17 plus 18 is 1. So there's nothing we can multiply 6x by to get 1. So we'll have a remainder of 1. You can write it, when we do long division, you can write it as that, as you can do. So our answer would be x squared minus 5x minus 6, remainder 1. The more proper way to do it, which is the way I would prefer to see it, so we'd have x squared minus 5x minus 6 plus, then you write your remainder, 1 over your divisor, so 6x plus 3. This is the proper format to write it in. That's how I would like to see it, but if you want to just write it as R1 or R whatever your remainder is, that's fine with me as well. I would take that. Any questions? Nope. Right, so we're just going to move straight into the next example using long division again. So I'm going to write our divisor, 8x plus 1, and our dividend, 8x cubed minus 55x squared plus 65x plus 15. So what times x cubed, what times 8x gives us 8x cubed? Well, that's x squared again. So we'd have 8x cubed, x squared times 1 gives us x squared. Flip the signs. Our 8x cubed cancels, and we're left with 56x squared plus 65x plus 15. Negative 56x. What times 8x gives us 56x, negative 56x squared? That is going to be negative 7x. So that would be negative 56x squared minus 7x. We flip our signs. Our 56x squareds cancel. 65 plus 7 gives us 72x plus 15. What times 72x gives us, or what times 8x gives us 72x? That is going to be 9. So 72x plus 9. We flip the sign. Our 72x cancels. 15 minus 9 is 6. So we'd have a remainder of 6. Our proper way to write that would be not 8x, x squared minus 7x plus 9, 6 over 8x plus 1. That would be our quotient. Okay, so let me just erase this real quick. So we get the 8x cubed, the negative. So how we do long division is we need to make the first term here match the first term here. So what we did was we multiplied it by x squared. That's why we have this term up here. So that gave us 8x cubed, positive. And then for the long division, we then flip the sign and then add them down. So this was originally, when we first multiplied it out, 8x cubed plus x squared. We then flip the sign because we're doing long division. And then so 8x cubed minus 8x cubed equals 0. They cancel each other out. And then we combine our second terms. We would combine our third and fourth terms where there's something to combine with them. And then we just repeat that process all the way down until we're out of terms we can get. So because this is a single term, which I'll just write here, so since 6 is a single term and it doesn't have an x in it, the variables don't match, there's no way to multiply this to get 6. We could divide by x, but when we're doing the quotient or long division, we can't do division, we can only do it by multiplying. So what this is saying is our quotient is this, our answer, multiplied by our divisor equals what we started with. So it equals this. Alrighty, so now we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to do the box method this time. Fun times. So I'm going to start off by drawing a couple boxes. If I need more, I'll draw more, but I believe I just need 6 for this. And remember that our diagonals are connected. I always draw those little connecting lines. So first off, we write our divisor down. So we'll do x minus 2, because our divisor is x minus 2. We put our quotient, our divisor, our dividend, sorry, the first term of our dividend goes into the first box. So we'll have x cubed. Then we need to figure out what times x equals x cubed. Well, that's x squared. And to keep the process going, we then, so if you remember when we did the box rule for multiplication, we would fill in these boxes by basically bringing them together. So x squared for this box would be x squared times negative 2. So our answer is negative 2 x squared. Now we need to look back at our dividend. So our second term needs to be negative 4x squared. That means these two boxes here have to add up to be our second term. How would we add to get x? So that would be negative 4. Negative 2x squared. Minus, I'm just going to write it out just for the sake of the fact I'm recording it. So minus 4x squared minus negative 2x squared. Against the positive, our answer is negative 2x squared. So negative 2x squared. Then we repeat that process again for this square. So what times x gives us negative 2x squared? Negative 2x. Negative 2 times negative 2x gives us positive 4x. We need this group of boxes to add up to our third term. So that would be negative 2x. What times x equals negative 2x? That would be negative 2. And then last but not least, we multiply our last ones together, and we'll get 4. But you'll notice our last box needs to equal our last term. But it doesn't. So what do? To find our remainder, we take our dividend, so 5, and we subtract it from our last term. We have 5 minus 4 equals 1. We have a remainder of 1. And we write our answer out by taking the top of the box. So our answer would be x squared minus 2x minus 2 plus our remainder, which is 1, over our divisor, x minus 2. Moving along, going to draw our boxes out. We need one more set. Connect. So I'm going to show you how I would do it if I just started off randomly. So if I don't know how many boxes I need, so we'll have x. We'll have our divisor on the left side. It could start on the top, but it doesn't really matter. It's just easier to start on the left. Our first term of our dividend goes in our box, so 2x cubed. X times what is 2x cubed? That is 2x squared. 2x squared times 3 is 6x squared. Negative 4 minus 6x squared equals negative 10. Oops. Let me just rewrite that all together so that it's one correct and in the right area. Negative 4x squared minus 6x squared equals negative 10x squared. So we have negative 10x squared here. What times x is negative 10x squared? Well, that's negative 10x. 3 times that, so negative 30x. But we have an x term, and we still have a term after that, so we need to draw an extra box, because we still have an x term, but we haven't got to our 0th term yet. So, since we don't have a 0 or an x term, we know that it has to add up to 0, so that means our answer is 30x. What times x is 30x? Well, that's 30. And 30 times that is 90. So negative 5 minus 90 equals negative 95. And that is our remainder, because it's our last terms. So our answer is 2x squared minus 10x plus 30 minus 95 over x plus 3. Next up, I'm going to need more space. Zoom in a little bit more. Come on. Doesn't take that long to add a blank page. Alrighty. So to make this a little less confusing, I want to start on blank page. Going to draw our boxes out. Because our divisor has 3 terms in it, we need to have 3 columns, or 3 boxes, 3 rows is the answer I'm trying to say. If I could draw the things, that would be nice. Always connect our diagonals. Our divisor is x squared plus 2x minus 1 plus 2x minus 1. And our first term of our dividend is 2x cubed. To get 2x cubed from, or x, what times x squared is 2x cubed? Well, that's x. Well, 2x. Then we can multiply everything here. So 2x times 2x is 4x. 2x times negative 1 is negative 2x. So our second term has to add up to 7x squared. And I realized that this should be 4x squared. So what plus 4x squared equals 7x squared? That's 3x squared. What times x squared gives us 3x squared? That is 3. And then we can multiply everything else out. So 2x times 3. I don't know what is taking so long to do this. 2x equals 6x, and then 3, so that would be minus 3. So what we'll do next is make sure that it actually makes sense. So does negative 2x plus 6x so this adds up to, I hate this monitor so much. Okay, so what we're going to do is actually take everything out. So we'll have 2x cubed. We're going to take things, combine our boxes. So 2x cubed plus 7x squared plus 6x or whoops, 6x minus 2x is 4x, and minus 3. What we'll do then is we'll take our divisor, so it's supposed to, or not our divisor, our dividend that it's supposed to equal to, and we'll subtract this from it. So what it's supposed to be is 2x cubed plus 7x squared minus 4x, and last but not least, plus 7. So we'll subtract that, so 2x cubed minus 2x cubed is 0. 7x squared minus 7x squared, those cancel out as well. 4x minus 4x is minus 8x. Nope, didn't erase how I wanted it to. And 7 plus 3, because we have our negative out here, gives us plus 10. So this is our remainder. So we'd have, our answer would be 2x plus 3. We got that from the top. Plus our remainder, which is negative 8x plus 10 over our divisor, which is x squared plus 2x minus 1. So this is our answer. Yes.
Is that a positive 7 minus a negative 3?
It is, yes, so, yeah. Yes, that's exactly what it is. It's positive 7 minus negative 3. So it's plus 3 then. Because 7 minus a negative. Yep. So with that done.